Hi everyone. Thank you for coming to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. I am sorry that this video is late. I think I'm just gonna have to start doing every other video coming out on Monday. It's something I'm gonna toy with. Anyway, I am glad you guys have come back for another video, and I would just like to say here at the beginning that none of what I'm gonna say later in this video is sponsored or anything, because I will be talking about one specific author and some of the books and series they write, because it will be my author spotlight. But yeah, it's not sponsored or anything. I just really want to tell you guys about this author because I have just gone through a massive rereading of 3 of her series. I can't help it. So anyway, why don't we start firstly, let's talk about my reading updates. So there isn't a big reading update like I was thinking there would be, because honestly I had expected to be done with Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. Well, it's Monday when I'm doing this video now and uploading it, so I had expected to be done with this at the latest, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, at the latest, because like I said, I have just gone through a major rereading of 2 different series, but that did not happen. And that's not to say that I haven't been reading some along the way. I've been reading a chapter or 2, but really I just read my biggest chunk this morning when I got home from work. So I am definitely closer to the end. I am on page 232. So I don't have too much left. I think I have maybe 100 pages left. $3.17. Well, yeah, I guess you could say that's part of it. Although this is technically, yeah, so about 317 pages in total, and I'm on 232. So what is that, 80 pages? I have 80 pages left. I actually would like to finish reading these 80 pages before I get some sleep, before I go to work tonight. However, it is already 1:51 p.m. So after I finish doing this video and then editing and uploading it, honestly, I may just go straight to bed. I don't know, we'll see. I'll either go straight to bed and finish this in the morning. I may take it to work with me and try to finish it at work if we're not too busy. Although some crazy shite has just been happening in everything that I just read. Honestly, I don't know why it's taken me so long to read it, because I've enjoyed it. I've liked it. I think it's just the fact that it was such a slow-paced book at first. The last 80 pages has been crazy with stuff happening. I'm tired. I don't know what's up with my math and my brain this morning. I'm just saying stuff. Well, I guess it's not the morning anymore, it's the afternoon. Okay, anyway. I just really liked what's been going on in the last 80 pages, and it's been more intriguing to read than the beginning, where a lot of it was setting up and telling you all this different stuff that you needed to know. But I am still really enjoying it. I will have it done either tonight or tomorrow morning because it is already the 16th of February. I still have 4 other books that I have not started that I want to read this month. I have not read any more In Cows by Matthew Stoke. Trying to get this book done, and between the rereads that I was doing on my Kindle and then on the few books I have of this author I'm going to talk about, I know that this is a book that I really need to read well and think about, I think, to really understand what it's getting at. So I haven't tried to read any more of it. But once I am done with Emily Wilde, I think I'm going to try to plow through this book and have it done this weekend, because I will be off this coming up weekend. And I really want to get this out of the way. Although I will be starting my next book, which is the next shortest on my February TBR. I will be starting The First Time I Saw Him by Laura Dave once I finish Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. And honestly, I'm really expecting to like this very much and to like get through it. Like, I am not expecting it to take a long time for me to read this. So, and the one other book update I have for you is about Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab, which I am listening to on audio. And it is like the main book that I'm reading for my book club this month. It was actually the second pick, because like I've said before in my other videos, the first pick for the club was Project Hail Mary. Already read it. And yes, I am still planning on buying the audio and listening to the audio and seeing if I like it more than reading it. Although reading it was such an enjoyment reading it, and it was just blowing my mind. So I kind of hope that the audio does the same thing. Anyway, I have listened to a little bit more. I think when I last updated you on V.E. Schwab, I was only at 10%. I am now at 15 or 16%. So I've only listened to a handful of more chapters, I think. Maybe like 5 or 6, maybe. So I haven't gotten too terribly much more into it. But it's still interesting. I think I just kind of get blasé with audiobooks sometimes, unless I'm like just really interested in the book. You know, I've listened to it a little bit on my rides to work, but I haven't listened to it the whole time. What can I say? I've just been blasting Sleep Token's new album on the way to work. I can't help myself. It's good. I love it. So yeah, those are all my reading updates. About 80 pages left in Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Not anymore Red In Cows, but I want to have this done this weekend. And 5 or 6% more listened to and Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Now, what I would like to do next, why don't we talk about what I'm excited for that is coming out this month. So the first book, which I guess it might not really mean much to anybody if you don't read this author, but I read everything, and I quite literally mean everything that Susan Stoker has wrote. I love Susan Stoker. Love. And at least I think this book is by Susan Stoker. If it's not, I'm I'm gonna be kind of embarrassed. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. Okay. Yeah, so it is by Susan Stoker. It's part of one of her new series that is coming out. It did just come out on the 10th of this month. I haven't gotten to it yet. Shoot, it's the third book, and I'm guessing what's gonna be like a 4, maybe 5 or more book series. I've read the first one, which I really liked, and the second one was also interesting, but I haven't read it yet, and it came out, I don't think it wasn't last month that it came out. I think it came out in December or maybe November, and I wanted to read it. I just kept kind of like putting it off because I knew that Keeping Zeta wasn't gonna come out until February, and then the next one, Keeping Kara, doesn't come out until July, and so I kind of wanted to wait for another book to come out so I could like read, like just go straight into the next one. But anyway, love Susan Stoker. She is not who I'm going to be talking about though, although I could go on about Susan Stoker and Marianne Jordan. Oh my god, they just write such good like military romance, like action, just the storylines are good. You know, they have both, Marianne Jordan and Susan Stoker, have both written so much in that romance military genre that you kind of think that it would start getting old, or maybe like that some pasts of the characters would start to overlap, but really they don't. They are very creative and inventive for their characters, and I appreciate it. Anyway, the next book that comes out this month that I am excited for and that I do plan to buy is, hold on. Okay. Yes. Sorry. The other book coming out this month that I am very excited for, and like I said, I do plan to buy, it comes out on the 24th, so like next week, The Legend of the Nine-Tailed Fox. I'm super excited about that. And also coming out on the 24th is And Now Back to You by B.K. Borison, which is the second book in the Heartstrings series. And I think it's about the weather guy that is friends with the male main character from the first book, Aiden. Oh man, you know, I read that book not too long ago, but I'm having trouble remembering the MMC's name. I think it was Aiden. Anyway, the weatherman and a weather girl, and I'm excited for it. I will also be buying that. So I think there are some other books in February from like continuing series that I've read that are also coming out, but I don't like have a list of them. I didn't write all of them down, so, but yeah. Okay, so I've talked about my reading updates. I've talked about what I'm excited for this month, which granted isn't a whole lot. It's only like 3 books I've written down, even though I know there's more that are coming out this month. So let's talk about my author spotlight. Now, some of you, or maybe all of you, or maybe only a couple of you, have probably heard about this author. I mean, obviously, I don't know for sure, but she is an author that I really like. What to say? Well, I mean, she's just an author that I really like. I ended up finding her what series was it that I was reading? I don't think it was this one, or it might have been this one. Hold on, let me look in one of her books. Let me look and see. She should have a list of them in here. Yes. Okay. Was that the one I read first? Or was it this one? Okay, so she currently has 5 different series out and 2 standalone novels. Now, I have not read the standalone novels yet, and I am just starting the 4th series. So I've only read 3 so far. Yeah, I think I can't remember if I read that series first or that series first. But anyway, the 3 series that I have read, the Tattered and Torn series, Sparrow Falls, and the Lost and Found series by Catherine Cowles. So this is the Sparrow Falls series, and this is the first one, Fragile Sanctuary. I have the first, second, third. I'm missing the 4th, which is Beautiful Exile. And then I have Chasing Shelter, which is the 5th. And then the 6th book that just recently, I mean, not like super recently, it came out in December maybe. It hasn't been super long. It's just come out within like at least the last 3 months. Is Secret Haven, right? Yes, Secret Haven. Oh my gosh, that was so good. But now I can't even say her name. Catherine Cowles. I love her writing. Love. The first series I read by her, I'm pretty sure, was the Tattered and Torn series. So good, so emotional. And I really liked it. And then I think from the Tattered and Torn series, I found the Lost and Found series, which then leads into the Sparrow Falls series. She also has the Wrecked series. I've only read the first one, Reckless Memories. There is still 1, 2, 3, 4. There's still 4 other books in the series. And then I haven't read the Sutter Lake series. I definitely want to get the other 2 books for this series, and I definitely want to buy the other 2. I'm undecided, obviously, yet if I'm going to buy the other 2 series. But you know, if I read them and I like them as much as I've liked these other 3 series that she's written, yes, I will be buying them. But yeah, I don't know like how much, well, not how much I can say, but her writing, I just really like it. It's great. The way she writes her characters, like, you know, sometimes you'll read characters and they'll either like really irritate you or, you know, whatever. It's just none of her characters like especially irritate me, which is crazy because usually at some point in a series I get really irritated by the way an author is describing a character or the way a character is acting. Or yes, I recommend, if you like romance, if you like twisty mysteries, which I will say, and also I would say, and so far, of the 3 series I have read and completed, there's romance, there's mystery, there is some spicy. Each book is, you know, kind of different depending on the characters. Like, not every book is just like chocked full of spice. Like, I would say more often than not, there's like more of like tension and bantering through, I would say, at least like half the book, maybe some kisses. And then towards like the second half ending of the book is, yeah, I would say starting at usually around the middle of the books towards the end, is when the characters will then get more intimate, but it's different levels in all the books. So beware of that if you're not into spicy books. But it's really well done. The plot and the romance is really well done. Yeah. So, one other thing that I have just recently found out, you guys know I'm in a book club. My book club is on Discord, and just the other day, I think it was like Thursday or Friday, it got put up in our voting section, 3 of the most suggested books for our March read, because they usually decide that at the beginning of a month for the next month, and our read theme for this was, what was it? A TBR veteran. So the 3 books that were the most suggested through the poll was The Keeper of the Night by Kylie Lee Baker, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, excuse me, and Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. Okay, I cannot say her last name. I'm sorry. Now, all of you know that I just bought the Kingdom of the Wicked box set, so I was all for that. That's what I voted for. And you guys probably don't realize, but I have already read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I think I might have mentioned it when I mentioned in the last video that I was going to be reading Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab on audio. I read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue back in like November, I think, maybe December, but it was a few months ago I read it. I liked it. The ending had me kind of twisty, and then I don't actually remember. I looked up The Keeper of the Night, but I don't remember what it was about. So I might go back and look at that, and if it sounds good, I might buy it and read it. I don't know. But I voted, like I said, for Kingdom of the Wicked because I want to read it so bad. It got second in the final voting poll. And do you want to know what got first? The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Now, it is a good book. And it is a little bit slow at first, but then it gets better. And the ending is just... But, yeah, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue won with 255 votes. Kingdom of the Wicked got 139, and The Keeper of the Night got 81. Obviously, like I've said, I've already read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, so I'm not really going to be focusing on that book that much. I mean, I might, you know, pass it through and do a reread because I have the physical book. I read the physical copy when I read it. But I'm not super worried about rereading it since I have read it within the last 3 months. I will definitely be focusing on Kingdom of the Wicked. So look forward to me reading that next month. I'm looking forward to it. I don't think there is... Let me pause this. I forgot I was watching... Oh, it's on a commercial. I'm watching the Olympics. Did you guys see the US beat Sweden 5-0? They're going to the gold medal round. USA, USA. Anyway, let me just mute that so you don't end up hearing it in the video. The Mono Bob was playing. I don't know if that's still on a commercial. Okay. Well, anyway, I think that is all I have for you in this video. Because we talked about reading updates. We talked about new releases for the month. We talked about Catherine Cowles and how much you should all go read her. Please. Then put in the comments, you know. I think if you're... Now, I guess I can't say for sure since I haven't read the whole Wrecked series or the Sutter Lake series yet. So I'm not sure if you're supposed to read them in any certain kind of order. But I will say the Sparrow... Not the Sparrow Falls series. The Lost and Found series refers a lot to the main male character in the first book of the Sparrow Falls series. So I would say if you're gonna read them in any kind of order, I would read the Lost and Found series, then the Sparrow Falls series. So I guess you can read like the Tattered and Torn series either after those or before those. I think I would read it first and then read the Lost and Found and then the Sparrow Falls series, but that's just how I read it. That's how I enjoyed it. I'm not sure yet because the thing is, I read Reckless Memories, and if I'm remembering correctly, I liked it, but I read it like early last year. And so I think I'm going to reread it before I keep reading the series. And then I haven't read the Sutter Lake series at all. But the thing is that the main male character in the first book of the Lost and Found series, the book Whispers of You, he is actually connected to the Sutter Lake series. Because before he came back and did his I'm coming home thing in that first book, he was in Sutter Lake running his own company, right? So, but since I haven't read the Sutter Lake series yet, I am unsure whether the series takes place before he leaves or after he leaves. So I can't really say if you should read that before... I can't really say if you should read the Sutter Lake series before you read the Lost and Found series. Honestly, there's a good chance that there is a reading order on her website. I haven't looked at her website in a while, so I can't remember. But you all should just go check out her website and her books and read them. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all that we need to talk about this video. Hopefully when I come to you next video, I will have at least 2 books to talk to you about that I have finished, and I will be at least halfway in my audio of V.E. Schwab, and maybe I will be at least halfway or finished with my next book by Laura Dave. So I hope you all are having a great February. If you celebrated Valentine's Day, good for you. If you celebrated Galentine's Day, great for you. If you just sat home and watched TV and enjoyed some chocolate and just pampered yourself, go you. You're awesome. That's what I did. Okay. Yeah, so I hope you all have had a good February so far. I hope you continue to have a good February. And I'm gonna upload this video, and then I think I'm actually just gonna go straight to bed. So bye everyone. Come back to my channel and watch. I hope you enjoy.